Or let me try to tell this again. Kind of my I guess
752 back
side
to me,
of
Oscar
the
Code Zero.
situation that occurred with Ulf and
Over.
Ronnie. Um, so when I came on duty that day, I had a very upset Ulf and a very upset Ronnie, and a very upset you, because I guess they'd been kind of hellions at the prison, and you were trying to handle the situation. Um, at the point when I walked over to charge them, Ulf and Ronnie were avidly and thoroughly determined to kill you. They were going to come back to the prison and they were going to kill you, and they were going to do it over and over and over again. In an effort to mitigate this situation, I told them I would not charge them and I would take them out of cuffs if they promised they wouldn't hurt you, like they were planning on doing. And we came to that agreement. So, yes, I
So
understand that you were upset that I didn't
negotiating with
charge them.
terrorists.
It's not really negotiating with terrorists, it's protecting my staff, which I will do and will not apologize for. I understand how you could see that it's upsetting, um, but I did what I had to do to keep somebody in my care safe.
Okay. So there's more to that story than I even knew.
Mm-hmm. And then I sent you 42 because I could tell that you were upset. And
Well, I was very.
yeah, you were very upset. So that's why I sent you 42.
But I wasn't
Take a
upset
break
at
for
them.
15 minutes. I know. You were upset with me, and that's fine. You can be upset with me. I don't expect everybody to praise me and love me and agree with everything I do, but I do want to clarify that everything I do is for the safety of my team.
The complaint
Um,
the complaint was Vivian was very adamant that the complaint be looked at and done fairly, and thus passed it down to me, where I got multiple people to comment, to go through it with me, and it was dealt with. So Vivian did
Lyra
allow.
yelled at me.
Vivian obviously now can tell you what we decided. But I will say that in any situation where there is a complaint put in, we don't inform the complainant what has happened. Only if it's asked that it's
Yeah,
sorted.
no, that's understandable. That's between y'all.
Are you okay to speak up just a little bit? The sound in this house is really weird.
Me? Sure.
Yeah, there we go. Um, so that's the Ulf and Ronnie situation. I handled it in a way that you didn't agree with, and I informed you why I handled it in that manner. The issue of promotion. Let's talk about that really quickly. There was a situation, I'm sure you know the one that I'm speaking of, with Ted Nessie, in which officers, I mean, I've seen the body cam footage. Officers walked in on you beating a downed Ted Nessie repeatedly with your baton.
Gary Johnson.
I'm aware.
Gary Johnson is who I meant to say. That's not anything that we advocate for or want to respond to inmates, in that manner. Um, Once somebody is incapacitated, they're incapacitated. They're not going to hurt you again, right? So it was concerning to me to see that. So when we did our last round of promotion reviews, we agreed, let's observe and make sure that Lucas is improving, because I do believe that you are improving in the way that you react to inmates. However, after we promoted people, we did at that time hear from several sources that you were complaining, or not not complaining, stating that the reason that you did not get a promotion was because you put a complaint against me. And you were saying this to people, and you believe that you should have gotten a promotion, and it's unfair that you did not get a promotion.
That's all fair. That's exactly how I felt. I mean,
Okay.
you put yourself in my shoes, right?
Yeah, and I understand. It's very upsetting when you don't get a promotion and someone who has been here for a shorter time does get a promotion. However, going around and stating and complaining and, you know, saying I should have gotten that promotion to people who have nothing to do with the promotion is not helping your case for a promotion.
And it's not just one source we received this from. This is multiple sources, different occasions, different things that have come to us. And it doesn't, like Vivian said, it doesn't help you at all, because they don't have any involvement in promotion. They can't give you any answers. They can't give you...
I'm not looking for. When I confide in other COs, I'm not looking for answers. I'm just looking for someone to listen and understand.
Which is fine when we hear that it's one or two
I,
people, but this is coming from... What was concerning us is that it was multitude of people. It's not just one or two, it's... Oh, good golly, I had it in my head at one point, and I can't remember. But it was a multitude of people.
it's fine. I'm done. I'll just bottle everything up and move on.
That's not particularly what we're asking you to do. I'm really just encouraging, and the point of this whole meeting is I want to encourage an open line of communication. So if you have a concern, you can come to us and say, this is what I'm feeling and this is what I'm thinking, as opposed to just
I'm
kind of
honestly
telling.
thinking just pushing my badge and gun across this table and walking out the door.
I think what we were concerned about as well was that you weren't... that we are here to listen, here to talk. But you... But when... Because we requested that we come and have a communication with you, you weren't communicating these feelings and these complaints and these issues and looking about, well, what is going on? What is stopping me? To us and having that conversation with us. We're not saying bottle it up, we're saying just come and talk to us and find out what the facts are, what's going on, because you've learned that now that it's not Vivian's complaint that was holding you back. It's not... That was one of the things that you mentioned, and you could have come and talked to us about it. Another thing is the situation with Jakob. That wasn't part of the reason why we said no promotion. And in that situation, if we can go over that, that situation, I was trying to find out why Jakob was really upset at you, because I didn't want you getting stabbed. And I know how volatile they are. And I wasn't saying for safe down at MRPD as any sort of punishment. I'm saying I wanted you down there until I could either sort out what was going on with Jakob, or
I think our situation was pretty clear as to where I was going, and I understood that. Like, and yeah, I was a little upset, but it's also very fair because, right, like we work here daily, and like, right, to get sent off because he constantly comes in here and issues threats is just like, why do we even allow them to continue to be minimum security at that point, right? They should be transferred in as a high security, serve their time in solitary, and then leave if they're going to be that volatile and violent, right?
so I talked to Jakob on that occasion, and the situation was he wasn't, from his observation and his thing, and it seems that it may have been miscommunicated with both of you that he wasn't saying that he was going to stab you. I don't know how much of that is true. Let me just say that I don't trust most of his. Don't trust, but I wanted to find out also if he was going to continue to be a danger to you. And in that situation, if he was going to continue to be a danger to you, was there a need that I would have to bring up his security level whenever you were around? So I needed to gauge what was going on there, because we can put in his profile that he needs to be a security level 2 medium with you whenever you're around. But I needed to find out whether that was a need. And please understand that that was a one-time thing to find out what was going on. Because the last thing I want is you being stabbed and dying. If it's something that could have easily been prevented. I will say at one time that there was a inmate that was constantly obsessed with me. And part of what DOC then decided, that command decided, was that I was too, not obsessed as in, well, obsessed as in violent. And at that point, I was told at the time that I had to stay away whenever he was on duty. And part of that staying away was part of not staying in the, sometimes was not even staying in the prison. And Vivian can verify that one.
Yeah, I made Lyra leave on more than one occasion. The point that we're trying to get across here is that, yes, we understand that these inmates can be volatile and can be hostile and can be, terrible, and sometimes probably are deserving of the higher security levels. But it always comes back to, will doing this involve DOC staff being attacked, and will DOC staff be safe to even come to work? So a lot of times it does appear that we are very lenient. But we have to take into account the whole picture and not just, this person's irritating me right now. So that's kind of where I wanted to, again, observe and kind of see how you are reacting to the inmates since that situation. And I wanted to make sure that you are in a good mindset. You are able to take charge of people's lives, because all of these inmates and even the COs who are under you as the senior CO, you are in charge of their lives. And so that's why we wanted to wait on a promotion. If it still upsets you and you don't want to be here anymore, that's fine. I'm going to let you do what you want to do. But I also want you to understand from a command side what's going through our heads.
Understood.
So, with that being said, is there anything you would like to bring up again, or anything that's concerning you, anything that we can try and help you with to get to the point of a promotion?
No, I think everything's been made clear.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, you're definitely welcome to go back on duty. Um, if you need anything or have any questions, please feel free to approach, supervisors, command, anything along those lines.
Sure. All right. Thank you both.